Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Let me just share this real quick. I'm not streaming yet, so give me a sec. Man, hope you're all doing good if you can see this. If not, I think we're good now. Hope your day is going well. I'm going to be working on the cover, so I'm going to show you guys how we're going to make this cover, you know. Wrong one. Yeah, we're going to bring me over here. Cool? Yeah, that works. Cool. All right. So let's break down what I need in the cover. So we're gonna sketch it out. I pretty much know what I'm doing. I think it could go incredibly wrong. Let's see how this goes. So, Fury 5 cover. My goal is to encapsulate every story point / page that I did in the issue, collage it into a single image that encompasses what this is. So it's not necessarily what's happening in the, it's not like a panel from the story. It's kind of like a summary of the issue, Big things in this one are the sword, Captain, transformation. Transformation is a really fucking long word. Transformation. There we go. We need butterflies. So those guys are important. And we need martial arts with the art warrior. So that's the main thing we're doing. Let me kind of sketch out what my idea is. Flip for me, ma'am. There we go. We're going to see if my initial idea works. If my initial idea works, we're in business. If it doesn't, we'll just have to try again. But essentially, it's the sword. Takes kind of precedence. It's got badass wings. Moon blade. My ninja dude, Mr. Art Warrior, is going to be here. Doing some badass shit. Who fucking knows? And then we're going to have... Oh, I need to move this up a little bit. I need to move it up and shrink it just slightly. But from here, we're going to get the butterfly. The flutterby. And we'll have 3 travel in the same path as the blade. That'll be cool. How's your day going? How's everybody's day going? It's been a better week for me. I've been super productive. I don't know if productive is the right word, but I've been making a lot of changes. I've been committing to making a lot of changes like every day. So feeling like a different person than I was not too long ago. So that's pretty fucking healing, We're going to draw the captain. It's going to be a fucking bug issue. Kind of is a bug issue. With the broken kind of vial with liquid. Here, it's going to be crawling. Here. Oh, you know what? We can even move the art warrior up here more. Throw the butterfly here. And have the bird kind of like hanging on. I don't know, like the goal, like I watched this movie, it's called Legend of the Overfiend recently. It's pretty crazy, it's an anime, but like the way they build up the character, I kind of like reverse engineered that, where like this bird starts out as this really, he's a solar system eating thing. But then once the art warrior steps in, he kind of gets almost parodied in a way. But then in the next big character confrontation, really flipping it. A lot of reflections abstracted. But I like that. Here, and let's add Mr. Dogman up top, just because I always love fucking throwing him in. Mad Dog, he's the main villain. And he's kind of orchestrating this whole thing. So let me get that a little closer for you. Yeah, so again, that's going to be our warrior. He's going to be black behind a really light butterfly on top of this big ass sword with the bird monster, and then the head from the test tube head from the commander, but then with his transformation too. I'm going to do a paint ring around it. Man, this is going to be a wicked issue. I mean, stick with it, man, because we'll be able to at least ink this. If not, because I'm trying to do traditional coloring too, so we may even get to color it today, man. Looks like a mess, but trust me, dudes, this is going to be wicked. I just got to draw a straight line first, and we'll get to it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been reading a lot of comics. Have you guys been reading any comics? I read this one, like, I almost bought it. It's called Adam. Hey, we reconnected. We're good. Hey, sweet. All right. So let's draw this sword. And I want to draw it in, like, a really, like, coming towards you perspective, you know? Yeah, think Jack Kirby, if you will. Man, that dude's he's called the king for a reason, my dudes. I need to get more Frank Frazetta here soon. Like that's one dude. Definitely. So we're gonna have to go up and down with the blades, because the blades here he's resting on the non-sharp. And let's bring it out this way a tiny bit. Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, here we go. We got this. Again, squiggles. I know it's squiggles, but the squiggles are what turns into the cool shit, my man. There we go. Kind of just trying to edge that bird in. I'm trying to be more cognizant of giving that bird a neck. Necks are just like, I've realized in probably this past year that necks are just like part of, because I'm usually trying to draw people like that. They're just a part of an anatomy that, like, because of the poses I was drawing, I just kind of ghosted it, to be honest, for a while in a lot of my characters. And it kind of threw it off. So I'm trying to really add everybody's necks in. Yeah, for that I'm looking to Egon Schiele. He wasn't a comic book artist, but he's a great illustrator. You guys should Google. You've seen his art for sure. He did really elongated stuff. You know, he kind of influenced Alex Chung. I think it's Alex Chung. The guy who did the main design on the Aeon Flux cartoon that MTV did. You know, that, if you know that one, that elongated effect. Try to add some characteristics to this blade that, like, are gonna make it identifiable every time you see it. Now I gotta figure out how tall. So I need to figure out how tall I want him, like how much space I want him to take up, which is essentially gonna be that, because I want the butterfly wings, and then we're gonna photo reference these butterfly wings so they don't look like super just cartoony and not pro. It's a cover, man. If they're in the background and they're that fucking big, you can make it cartoony as shit. But if it's like on a cover, dude, you gotta make sure it looks correct, you know? At least a little bit. Correct enough that people don't go, that's fucking lame. That can happen, man. I'm still figuring out which, there we go, which lines to, I guess, accentuate or like extend or curve to get the look of the butterfly wings that's in a more dynamic. I like these shooting down though. I don't think it's not super realistic, but I like that one. Here we go. Now we're starting to get some wings. I like that are kind of more in tune with the world we're creating. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to follow the rule, like follow some visual rules. You know. What other comic? I tore through another comic. I really enjoyed it, man. I can't remember what it was. Read some Gary Panter shit. That dude's like a underground artist. Like he's an artist for sure, and he made comics. But like his comics are the comics you would make if you were like a little kid. But like he does them well. It's very intriguing. It looks like, I mean, you can tell he did it in one try, probably 15 minutes. But like, that's not the point. The point is his comics are just universes. Like they just draw you in, and when you make the world concrete, doesn't have to be realistic, but when it's concrete, you can play in that so much. Gotta throw up the heavy metal. There, we got it. Forgot that I did martial arts and know what this actually looks like. Give me a sec. So I need to lower this. So right now I have the arm so that it's like here in front of his face. Here in front of his face. Can't see it at all, so I need to drop it a bit. And that's a downward line going down instead of like a static just hand in front of you. But I like the fist, you know? Yeah, let's do this way. We're actually going to change that pose. We'll do it this way. Oh yeah, there we go. Just got to draw them bigger because we're extending them out, but that's still okay. So we can do this. Yeah, dude. His brushes are going to be the antennas or head of the bug. Perfect. I'm down with that plan, man. Starting to get his face down better from the distance, but I'm going to go in with the really little needles when I decide I'm going to color him. Speaking of which, I have to sharpen my pencil because I'm trying to draw. Draw his mask, and I have a really dull pencil. If I was using this for like shadows or shades or some shit, it'd be perfect. But not the little noodles that make the eyes, you know? Because you're just making dots and lines. You know, here, I do this sometimes. This is one thing that I've learned really helps me if I'm having issues. If you've done any art or tried to draw people before, this is a big challenge for me. It's probably a big challenge for a lot of people. Like, you'll draw a great body and then fuck up the head. Or you'll draw a great head and then just fuck up the body. You know, it's hard to get both of them. Even if you're great at actually like rendering and drawing what you see. So we're gonna draw the close-up of the face, so then I can see how I need to simplify it, and zoom it away to put it back here, you know. But I am gonna switch out erasers here. This eraser is a little bit damaging to the paper. I found my non-damaging, like the white erasers. I found my stash of those last night. I just didn't bring them with me here, so I'll grab them a little bit later. But when I do him, I learned. So Todd McFarlane, you guys have seen him talk about eyes and how he does eyes. The eyes kind of all start like that, especially when you're going for like the triangle eyes. I'm going to call these the triangle eyes. He usually goes far out on the ends and then cuts in. You know, you look at Spawn, you look at Frank Miller. You know, that started with Frank Miller too. You know, you look at Batman Returns. He's got these eyes. So this is the way Todd McFarlane encourages you to do it. Totally agree. Totally agree. When I draw the Art Warrior, though, my variation is it's almost more storm like uh, uh, Star Wars Stormtrooper, where it's gonna jump in, but it's not even like the regular Stormtrooper. It's one of the Stormtrooper toys, but that's how I draw his eyes. So it's like two scooping in instead of wide and then narrow, because that way his teeth also kind of fall like we're going to draw the upside down triangle. How to draw the Art Warrior 101. But his teeth are going to follow similar scoops, you know? And then it comes out. I kind of point it, you know? What are you trying to draw? I'm drawing my my comic book character here. He's a ninja that does. He uses nunchucks. Nunchucks are his main weapon that he uses to fight. I don't have a single picture with me, but he has a gas mask. It's like a animal with a gas mask, and it's green, and that's his costume. He's kind of like a shadow ninja, but it's like he has living paint on the ends of his nunchucks, and he paints things that come to life, kind of like similar. Yeah, here let me grab it real quick. I can show you some stuff because this is really cool. I got some of the printed comics in here soon. So something like that. Here, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Here we go. So yeah, this is what he looks like. I've done. This is the cover for the 5th issue of this, but this is the main dude. He's got spiked nunchucks with paint, and that's kind of the mask that we're gonna do. But yeah, he breaks. Coloring's a little dark, but he breaks the universe free from this grandfather clock, and goes on to take on the army of the dark and the light. And he just kind of travels the universe, battling them on each planet. And that's kind of the story, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're working on the 5th cover. So I got to draw him small, but I definitely needed to warm up his sketch. I like the shape of the eyes are correct. I just need to bring him a little bit closer and more narrow. I still have that V that kind of shoots out. There we go. You can see triangles. Very triangular character. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with it. Me, yeah, I self-publish it and sell it on my own. So I got a little website and stuff. But I usually started doing the conventions in Colorado last year. I was getting ready to sell it. That was going to be where I usually sell them, but that's changing a little bit. That's all right. I mean, that's not stopping me, obviously. Yeah. There we go. So the hood. Sometimes you just have to draw your character a couple times to remember what they feel like. You know how I do. Yeah. Oh, and it's also based on so at the next time I go to like a convention, I'm gonna bring some of my portfolio to show them. But Marvel and DC, unfortunately, they're so big, and they've already essentially got the people that they want, so they're not They're not looking at submissions. Pretty rare, but I've sent out to a couple of the indie publishers. Like I've tried to reach out to Image, Dark Horse, a couple of the others a few times. It's just a constant thing, every time you make new work, I just try to send it out and see something's gonna click with somebody. It's just a game of staying consistent with what you're doing. And I've tried to give him more of this, like, because initially this hood wasn't here. It's kind of like Cobra hood through here. I'm starting to add that in to his look now. No, I'm still not totally secure on the color of it, so you'll see me like line art that sometimes and just keep it black. But the goal is to get his to look like a fucking more of a King Cobra, right there, Cobra. Boom. But I would love to work for Marvel. I'm more of a Marvel dude, so I would totally love to work for Marvel one day. Like, just do a story or two for them, just to do it, That'd be insane. What a cool experience that would be. Say I got to do some comics for Marvel or DC. Shit, dude, I'd take either one. It's just a rad experience either way. I'm gonna make him a little bit more animated. I think I want him like jumping. Yeah. Jumping in the air, jumping like off it. Or kicking over it. Alright, we'll go with that. Nah, I've already done that. That's like a pose I do a lot. So we'll just have him jumping off it. I think we're gonna have his foot planting. Let's see here. Again, we're gonna go back to the note card because I don't want to damage this paper too much. As I'm already doing. Oh my goodness! Hello. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, that's an interesting idea. So it's more of like kind of like it's more time dimensions. But he kind of does. There's a couple scenes where something really similar to that happens. Yeah, but it's more just like so when he breaks the universe out of the time clock, it kind of frees itself in the shape of a dragon, and he travels across through the dragon, kind of doing saving each world within the dragon. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff like that. I like where you're thinking, man. Shit. There we go. It has been like really interesting learning like how to draw. No, we're good. How to draw. How to angle these nunchucks, man. They're like, especially if you watch the fucking Ninja Turtle cartoons, man. They struggle so difficult to animate like the nunchuck action, man. The other dude's easy to animate. This one, and I do it too. He turns it into a banger. A bangerang a lot of times. I do it with these guys too, with this comic. But yeah, because I also have this version of the comic, and then there's a second series with a different art warrior. I did one semester. at the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design. I got a pretty solid scholarship, and then immediately went on to lose that scholarship. Definitely, like, now if I went back to art school and did it, like, I'd be able to hold down a scholarship. But then, dude, like, fresh out of high school, I was not the dude I am now. But it was a good experience. I did life. The biggest thing I got out of that was life drawing. Like, I was already starting to do a little bit of it, but I had a great life drawing teacher, and that was a good class. The other stuff is still mostly like generic drawing and painting, and design 101. But like, the people that I knew that did graduate from it got genuine. They got a lot out of it. So wish I'd stayed, but things happen. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You know what I need to do? I actually do need to switch his shit, man. I'm gonna go get a new eraser because I just did this one to the fucking grind. Oh, coffee? Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back, and we'll keep drawing this. But I do gotta flip it. But that's okay. Never be afraid to erase and redraw or redraw anything. Alright, we're back. Hopefully for the last time. But yeah, so I went to, I did go to RimCap, dropped out, and then I started, I mean, even when I was going to that art college, I started working on my own comics, but then I just kind of kept doing it even afterwards, and then, shit, man, maybe 4 years ago, I was doing my own stuff, but I signed up for this online. I don't think he does it anymore, but it was like a online comics making correspondence course. It was like $500 for like a month, but in a month you made a full 20 something page comic, and that's where I've like learned a shit ton. Like especially when it comes to comic making, like I could draw okay pictures. I could make things look pretty, but when it came to like linking things to have meaning, and how to link those things, I was not the best before I took that course with Frank Santoro. But after that, man, he showed me so much stuff that like is ingrained, and it's really, yeah, dude, yeah. Hey Don, good to see you. Yeah, I learned probably more in that month than I've looked like. I'd say soaked in. I'll put it that way. I soaked in more information in that month than I had from like any other single teaching type experience. He does like a in-house residency now. I don't know if he does the online anymore, but he if you've seen, he's friends with the cartoonist kayfabe dudes. So if you ever watched, it's a show on YouTube. It's with Jim Rugg and fucking Ed Piskor, the guy who did he did X-Men Grand Design recently. But what was I saying with that? Oh yeah, he lives in Pittsburgh, and then they know each other, which is kind of cool. But yeah, he knows his stuff and knows good people too. Jim Lee, man, I think his work's amazing. I think he is a fantastic fucking artist. I got I just mentioned the X-Men Grand Design. Uh, in the third volume, because the X-Men Grand Design books are printed at 11 by 17. So like this comic page, not printed, sorry. Yeah, they're printed. It's 11 by 17, and that's the size that he actually worked on the pages with. So like a regular comic book is like roughly 8 by 6. A magazine is 8.5 by 11. That's what these guys are. But yeah, so it was printed in 11 by 17. But in the back of that third volume, they reprint Jim Lee art X-Men, like classic X-Men 90s story with art by Jim Lee at that size. Oh my god, dude! I just poured over it. I think he's like when it comes to like being the head of business and running things like that. I think he does as good as any artist in that position does. You know, I don't think artists are the most qualified people for those positions. Kirby is he's my dude. He's the king. Uh, yeah, I mean Jim Lee's great. Business wise, he's doing his best. I believe it may not be correct, but he's doing his best. But Jack Kirby, that dude. I mean, just the stories you hear. It's the stories you hear that make that art really come to life. You know, like he's a great artist. He's absolutely one of the legends, and just how he was able to do what he was able. He's one of the best, but it's also the stories that people tell of their experiences with him that really solidify like the legend, and in a good way too. You know, I love his art. I try to stay away from buying too much of it. I do want to get the Fourth World. There's the Fourth World Saga and one other like classic thing it is that I want to get, but I just don't want to be too overly influenced by him. You know, there's a couple artists that I have that feeling for as well, and it's just like I love your art, but it, it, we have such similar styles that I don't want to be biting from anybody, you know. But yeah, Kirby stuff, dude. Like especially in issues. This next issue, there's gonna be there's a pretty good Kirby inspired splash page moment that's gonna happen in number 6. That was super like this 6th issue is like just it's the ending of the ending battle of this volume. So it's just a brawl, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll take that. It's interesting. It's not my usual. Shoulders, I kind of suck at getting those going too. But yeah, Kirby created so much, man. I'll say co-created so much. He had his hands in a lot of things, just like all those creators of that time did, man. All of them just had their fingerprints everywhere because they were such a it was a closer knit group at that time, and they were all just feeding off each other, man. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere with this art. Good job. There. We'll pull this back a bit and bring this a bit forward. I probably should have made this a little bigger or scooted him over. I should have scooted him over, but it's all good. Got Starbucks today for the first time in a while, man. It's nice. It's more because I ran out of like coffee at home, so I was like, I'll go out and get some. But it's been a minute. It's not necessarily a bad thing that it's been a minute either. So I mean that's before everything hit, I would go to like Starbucks, and get a coffee and just work before I would go work at night. That was a pretty daily routine. I think in Photoshop, I might move him over slightly, but I'm not going to because I forgot that I'm not going to Photoshop this. We're going to paint this, so that's okay. Just scoot it over a bit. Wow! There we go. All right, now that we got that figured out, things should go a little bit smoother. For a little while, at least. Don't want to be arrogant or cocky. Yep, I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, I I went a few years ago. I went. I don't think everybody goes through that phase. From what I've heard, everybody has a story where they just kind of go when and it's closer when they start getting into it, where they go, "Whoa, let's get everything," and then they realize, "Shit, man, I don't have the space, time, and money, any of those things to be able to like really uh, justify holding on to it." Yeah, I do the Comixology app that Amazon has. They have like the unlimited subscription that's $7 a month, and it's got so many comics, man. And that's kind of how I do it because it's just like I feel the same way. It's not there's no reason there's not as big of a reason to take as many as I can with me. You know, I totally understand that. I'm trying to actually get more into like a lot of more local stuff, uh, and just kind of local or like what I if I go out and see other local or just more independent people doing their stuff. I'm trying to go more just that route overall. Like I'm still buying comics. Like it happens, but it's more meaningful when it's like you go to your local coffee shop and get something there. It means more to like you and everybody around you. And the local people have good shit. That's for damn sure. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, and it's all about that. Like the, in the moment to end the moment to end the moment. You know, it's the moments. But that's where the fun happens, man. You know. At this point, I mean, the past few years for me, just with a lot of things happening, it's I've, I feel like I'm holding on to the more important, the really more important things much better than I have in the past. So I mean, in most days I'm just pretty thankful like that I'm here and people I care about are here. You know, that's like it's not bad, man. I got my people. You know, as long as you got your people, you can withstand a lot of that. Again, losing the things, having to say whatever it may be for any reason. You got your peeps. You got that emotion and soul. That's where that comes in. You know, had stuff that those connecting moments that books can't necessarily give us. They give us different experiences for sure. They're equally as awesome, but yeah, there we go. Oh, dude, this is gonna be so fucking dope. Okay, cool. And now from here, I'm just gonna pick up. Yep, I completely agree. Yeah, trust and character. Could not say it better. Hey, thanks for the like, Josh and Ken. I'm sorry. I see everything, but the likes. You're getting there, but thank you guys. I always appreciate that. Oh, that's not what it is. I don't need that. I pull up one of my pages. Here we go. Good job. All right, so now I know what I'm trying to draw. Okay, cool. So he is an insectoid. Yes. He's an insectoid that's got a cricket head and more centipede body with fucking crab pincers for arms. But he's also got an eyeball too. So over. Or actually, extend this head out a bit. I'm not drawing him from this angle yet. This is exciting. Okay. So from there. Wow. Let's try that again. He's got an eyeball that's like right here. I think yeah, so I meant to put it in his chest, but when I drew the panel, I put it in his neck. So we're gonna when we draw the cover, we're gonna put it in his chest where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I live in pretty much Denver, Colorado. It's just outside of Denver. What about you? Yes. All right. Okay. So let's try. Here, we're gonna move it. No biscuits. I dropped some things. I'm gonna try that again. Is so our gyms, weightlifting gyms. I want to say just opened this week. I teach at a martial arts school, and we were able to open. I'd say last month, but like with private lessons. So like only 4 people were allowed inside the studio at once. So we've been kind of half open, but just like kind of really hit it recently within this week. But a lot of people are nervous with some spikes, so I don't know if how long they'll be able to really stay open. So I did Taekwondo. I started in Taekwondo, did Taekwondo for several years. Competed in karate for a little while. And then I trained boxing, like just straight boxing for a few years. And then did some kickboxing and took a little amateur non-state they call them smokers, but like just a practice fight with kickboxing. So, and now I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu. I'm not like a pro. I'm nowhere near as good on the ground as I am with standing up. But I tried to learn as much practical stuff as I can. But yeah, there's so much cross training within almost that's kind of like the normal how martial arts functions now. Almost every martial art is doing some sort of cross training, and that's just kind of how it happened, you know. As I went through, because I've been doing martial arts for 20 years, teaching for 10. So within those 10 years that I was teaching, I saw definitely a variety of schools, and most of them are doing similar things where it's like we got a base in this and do other things. But yeah, Taekwondo and boxing are the main things, and that combines into how I did kickboxing. There we go. Try to make that eye a little bit more menacing. Thinking of like Edgar from fucking uh, what is it? MIB, Men in Black. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And the Worms. It was the Worms and Edgar from MIB that I remember like having in my head when I was drawing for this. And you guys can see that, right? Yeah, you guys can see that. Okay, cool. There we go. I like that one. These. So I've seen almost all the Marvel movies. I'm a big fan of the Marvel universe. I haven't seen as many of the DC movies. Uh, there's some DC movies that I enjoy. They're not like super way on my list, but I definitely enjoy them. And some that I have tried to watch and really didn't enjoy. Marvel, I like more. I got burned out a little bit. I like Endgame, not Endgame. Infinity War more than Endgame. I think it would have been really cool to like end the whole first phase with Infinity War, where like half of the people died. Just like I get you. I get what you're saying. I can totally see why I'd prefer that. I know their animated stuff is like that. That's kind of where I'm really interested in. But I do want to see Snyder's cut. I'm just really whenever people give the creator more freedom to do what they really wanted, I'm always a fan. So I think I'll definitely be looking at the looking at that one for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've even heard the same thing about their live action shit, like their TV shows. I've heard that they're great. They're just the totally. I think they can do gritty, dark and gritty a little bit better. I think for them it became so much of like why I tend to like the Marvel more is I think that the higher ups at Warner just got way more involved at times, and I think it would have been better to see kind of more of the creative spirit, freedom, shall we say? But I'm always open to new things. Like if they come out with an iteration that's wicked, I'm totally down with it. I haven't read a more recent DC book, but I think I'm going to pick up. I need to reread the Dark Knight's Metal, but the Dark Knight's Death Metal with DC by Capullo and Snyder right now it's coming out. I think it just came out this week, but that looks insane. So they've got me interested again for sure, and that's a good sign, man. I love like I'm just so happy when any comic company can like pique my interest, you know. I want to check out The Watchmen too. Like I heard the most recent TV show, like the recent TV show was insane. I've heard it was fantastic. So when they release the Snyder Cut, I think I'm gonna get the HBO Max just so I can see the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and then also watch Watchmen. If they hopefully they'll still have it, like have them both on this service at the same time. I could see them being dicks and be like, "Well, you get the Snyder Cut, but we're taking fucking Watchmen," just to make you keep paying for it. But I get it, you know. I understand, man. What the fuck am I looking for? That is a weird looking eye. That's not quite. It's not quite how I envisioned it. Because his shoulders sit lower, so it kind of comes up like this. There we go. Haha. That was that. I like DC's dark stuff, man. Oh, for sure, man. Take it easy. Yeah, it was great talking to you. Yeah, yeah. Usually, possibly. If not tomorrow, definitely. Oh no, definitely. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Yep. Usually between this time or so it's 7 now where I'm at. So I'll usually be on between like this time or a couple hours later. But yeah, and if not, I'm on usually like every other day. You know, I try to stay pretty consistent with it. But it was great talking to you, dude. Take it easy. I hope you stay safe and have a good night, man. Later. Let's see if I can get these crab arms to look correct. It's kind of coming along. You know, I was sitting back. That's why the perspective on that. Let's see. I don't know how I need to turn me. Does that work? That works. I was sitting back here. It's like it's a camera, but I didn't see the perspective correctly. I have to stand above the camera. How's you? It's the end of the weekend. How's everybody's weekend? My week. It's not the weekend. Fuck, dude. It's Monday. So how was everybody's weekend? It's not the weekend anymore because yesterday was Father's Day. I knew that. Motherfucker. We're just gonna draw basic shapes. I got caught up in the noodle, my dudes. Got caught up in the noodle. Rookie mistake 101. Don't get caught up in the noodle. Oh, here we go. Are we still streaming? I'm not streaming anymore. Oh shit. Are we still connected? Okay, we're still connected. There we go. Woo! Okay, good. Just making sure I'm on model, more on model than I was. There we go. Because it's got pincers. It still doesn't look right. Son of a biscuit. Okay. Seems like I've been riding the struggle bus like it seems like literally all week long at this fucking point. But perseverance, my dudes. Don't give up on it. Not give up, but like even every day I've been just kicking a bucket trying to get these cool ideas happening. But it'll pass, and when it passes, I'd rather have a chunk of work done already. So when it doesn't pass, I'm still further ahead. And when it hits back again, I'll grind because it kind of just happens, and then it'll pass, and I'll be further. You're always a further step ahead. Always be a step ahead. All right, let's get our handy dandy note card. We'll do the same thing, you know, because I didn't warm up. That's why. Did not warm up. I always forget to warm up my covers. That's okay. Warm up, guys. Whenever you're doing a physical activity, even if it's drawing, do your warm ups, man. Do your warm ups. Let's see here. Here we go. Now we're starting to get more what I want here. Ka-cha, ka-cha. See, you've got pincers. Ka-cha, ka-cha. I need to give him a reason to like become supersized, just because he'd be so cool at like a big size, you know. We're gonna do. It's gonna be a tier, so it's gonna go ka-choom. Head, claw, claw, shoulders, eye, tummy that protrudes. Here, here. Cha-cha. There we go. That is what's going to go right there. So that's the plan, at least. Let's see if it actually works. Dude, it's already 7? Oh well. I just need to know how big to draw it, you know. That's what she said as well. Cool, there we go. Maybe we'll go here. We'll go here with it. Yeah, this will be rad. Except that's where the fucking eye goes, dude. You can't tell, I'm getting a little bit upset. But not like super upset. Because I did have some things go well just recently. Here we go. Whoosh. Now we're cooking. Yeah. That looks way better. Ha-ha! Woo! Okay, so now we're going to do broken glass here. We're drawing essentially a cylinder. Looking Glass. Okay, so that's going to be essentially what we're going to see happen. There's going to be a ring of paint there, I think. Maybe. Or like back there. Oh, right here. Here's going to be where a ring of paint is. Because we're going to have a halo, because this dude passes through like a paint halo. Paint halo passes through it, transforms into the bug. So that's why I'm going to include that. And that can be in the background though. It's not going to be super scene, so it's going to go dark. Let's see if I can add Mad Dog in there. I can totally add Mad Dog in here. Watch me add Mad Dog, motherfuckers. If he's necessary. I don't even know if he's necessary. May not even be necessary. We may just draw him in there anyway. Because I like drawing him. When I can draw him correctly. Alright. I like that. This is a cover. Oh, here. Here we go. That's a cover. Alright. I just knocked down more note cards. Give me a sec. Yeah. I'm going to ink this and color this now, man. So we're going to do traditional. Oof! I caught it. Did you guys see that? I caught the son of a bitch. I got to reset that. That son of a biscuit tried to get away from me. I got to go grab those note cards real quick because I think they actually are important. So give me un momento. In the meantime, take it in. Let's soak it all in. I'm just kidding. I don't mean it that way. Hoopa! Sounds like a bunch of whoop. I got to watch one of the old school episodes of SpongeBob the other day. Was it old school SpongeBob? No, it was the end of old school SpongeBob going into like not old school SpongeBob. Like probably one of its last seasons SpongeBob, so it was not the same start. I mean, because SpongeBob was created in a time gap. You know, you had things like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, Cat Dog to an extent, not as much, but Cat Dog. You had a lot of these adult cartoons with adult themes, and it wasn't frowned upon because there was a time when parents were. I don't know that we didn't have internet. Like the internet wasn't widespread as widespread back then. You know, you had dial up. So that's. I think that might have to do with it. Now it's just harder for parents to see what's going on. Like there's so many avenues, so you can't see everything that your kid could possibly watch. That's a scary notion, but yeah, it was born in that gap because you went from those cartoon shows so that it was okay to have that adult material, and then you go into what we think of like the 2000s period, let's say Britney Spears time period. That kind of dropped out, and SpongeBob was the gap between because it started at the tail end of that original 90s era, but like went well into the 2000s, even like 2010s. I think I'm pretty sure. I think it didn't it finish its last season in like 2013 or between 2013 and 2015. So we went for a long time. But yeah, I'll stop talking about SpongeBob and get to inking here. Since I just agonized over this guy, we're gonna start with this motherfucking guy. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go right towards the issue, which may be a very bad idea. We're gonna start with inking him because it's way easier to ink him, and we're gonna play it on the safe side. Sometimes you gotta play smart. Play smart. Is this going to be enough of a mirror? Here, let's double check this new size. Okay, so I'm going to draw everything but his face. So I'm going to draw the main costume, possibly some knuckles, some of the hands, but I may just even leave the hands to do the smaller nib. Yeah. I'm just gonna put some of my extra brushes in my pen holder. Got a little tight. That's okay. Alright, let's see here. That's my brush. That's my good old brush. That's a big nib. That's an even bigger nib. This is my 10, so that's good. Medium size. I like this. Let's go for this. Let's try this medium size and do the outlines. So he's going to be small, and I don't want to forget that. Yeah, most of him is just going to be gray, shall we say? Probably gray. But I'm going to be using gouache to do. So I'm going to do, after we ink this, and I'm not going to ink the whole thing, but I'm going to ink the important parts and what needs those strong holding lines, which is mostly going to be sword, him, and him, which is kind of like everything, but we're going to let a lot of the colors talk. Kind of like I've only done one other traditionally painted cover, but we're going to do something similar to that if you've seen that one. There we go. Sweet. Not there yet. Alright, here, let's move this up so you guys can see better. There we go. Realized that was kind of far away. Can you guys see me? I keep turning it more and more. Real quick, I need to throw some names in before I go to this noodler. It's a new day, man. I'm excited for this week. I planned out my week, which is cool. Like planned like 3 things I had to do every day. And that's how I broke it. So it's nice. Alright. I would play these jams out loud. I'm sorry I'm not, but I just I don't want to get claimed. So if you want to play jams too while you're watching, please feel free. There we go. Brush. So right now I'm laying in just not a whole lot of shadow with the brush. I don't want to go crazy and then regret it. But he's going to be pretty dark. I think I might go over with like a blue colored pencil to cut out these lines. So I may go dark to light with him, and then light to dark with everybody else. But we'll see. Sweet. That's not too damaged. Like the paper is not too damaged. My buddy, my friend, gave me all of his. He's another artist. He gave me all his scratch paper, excess paper that he couldn't take with him when he was moving. So this is one of those pages. I've been able to do a lot of my inking on those pages, so I'm really thankful for him. Shout outs to Oakley. Yeah, sweet. It's getting closer. Yeah, I like this nib. I like this size nib a lot. I can get that loose. Shadows in. I don't know, I really got Gary Panter on my mind. Like, he just what he can, the storytelling that he can do without, like, I don't know, it's just really rudimentary art, but, like, in the coolest, most fascinating way. It was Dal Tokyo. So, he made it, like, in the, I think it says 80s? 83 is when it starts. And it's a combination of like Dallas meets Tokyo, Dal Tokyo, but like it's rad, dude. It's so rad. And I'm trying to get a little looser with everything and not have to be like as I'm trying to get the figure drawn for the figures. High strung about the art looking, I don't know, as clean or precise, and just kind of letting the noodles be noodles, you know? It's interesting. It's really interesting seeing that stuff. Blew my mind. It was the first time. I read a different comic by Panter last week. Purgatory. James in Purgatory? Somebody in Purgatory. And that was so rad. That was the first thing I'd read by him. And it was really cool. No. There we go. This is gonna be rad. Hold on, it felt a little wobbly on there. Oh, you think you can wobble on me? I'm made to wobble. Wobble off your gobble. Okay, cool. Feel really good about that, actually. I just forget to add the spikes. I start drawing the sphere, the cylinder, before I add the spikes. I do it every time. That's okay. We'll get there one day, right? And I'm going to remember to draw the spikes for about 20 seconds, and then, oh no, I'll forget again. uh, spikes, see? Because it hasn't been 20 seconds yet. Or maybe it has. Who knows? Does time even fucking matter anymore? There we go. That looks rad. Cool. Yeah. Spikes, son of a bitch. See? We've been more than 20 seconds, man. I knew it. I called it. I always try to remember, but it's one of the biggest challenges, consistent challenges of doing this comic book. It's the character right now. It's remembering that he has spikes. Because then I have to be conscious of when I do the kids comic because he doesn't have spikes. So I've caught myself trying to draw the spikes in the kids comic a couple times, and like you guys saw, forgetting to draw the spikes in this comic. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Where's my camp? Oh, dude, I keep hitting that fucking cord every time. Okay, let's try to be safe here. All right, let's go ahead and ink this guy now. There we go. There we go. Cool. Two different sets of draws. Let's see here. That's looking good. I don't want to mess up the shape of the head. There we go. Sweet. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be rad. Cool. That's coming along. Whip to that eyelid. Cool. Definitely thinking about crab pincers when I'm drawing these arms, like crab lines. Make sure I don't fuck this up. So I'm not saying much. Give me a moment, guys. Cool. Sweet. It's coming along, man. That shoulder. That bucks out. Still avoiding the sword here. There we go. It's coming along. There we go. It's turning out. Oh, that's turning out. Cool. Making progress on it, man. Make it some. We can make it something better, you know. here. Now we're gonna go. I'm gonna search for broken glass, because that way I can doing all this. Here, let's actually edge this line out real quick. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. There we go. Just making sure I don't screw up here. Cool. Now we're aligned. Dude, it was like that, and I almost started like going for it. Here, let's let my camera catch up. Yeah, we're gonna go through here. Let's do that right now. Cool. So like I said, I'm gonna use gouache for the paint. So yeah, gouache. It's like a watercolor meets acrylic. You can kind of do, so you can build it up like acrylic, but water activates like watercolor. It's kind of cool. It's really nice. The fuck is my white? Viridian. No, that's, you know, the only color I don't have in here is white. I know it is. Give me a sec, guys. Or you know what? We can. Nah, we gotta paint that now. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. I'm missing 2 tubes. And one of those tubes is definitely white. 95% sure. Don't rock the boat. I know where it is. There we go. Another one. So I'm going to erase the lines and then throw in the white over. So I'm going to erase the pencil lines and then I'm going to throw in the white over the black lines. And try to do that because the reason why is like I want to build in on the eye, so you want these shapes to be reverberated out. So it's close, but like I think I said this yesterday because it's been that crazy week. But I think yesterday I said like I don't know which one this is. What else squash it? I don't want to. I try not to redraw something unless I know I can do better. Because that's why I picked up nunchucks. Maybe a little bit, just a little bit lazy. They do all the work for you. You do this, and it goes meow. Let's see. Let's get our eraser. Let's erase these lines out real quick. Come to the side. Yeah, we move it to the side a little bit. You guys can still see it. We don't need that anymore. Alright. So we're just going to erase these lines a little bit. Or a whole lot. Yeah. It's okay. Let's see what we're working with better. Okay, cool. Yeah, it just rep. Even this, we're gonna go through this whole occasion. Ease that up, to be honest with you guys. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you can go through a page with like all success. Sometimes you don't. Don't regret it, you know. Just get it out of the way. Change it and fix it as soon as you can. And move on to the other ideas. You know? It's going to take a couple layers. We're going to let it dry. Hopefully I don't put my forearm into it. I probably will. We can hope, right? Hopefully the ink's going to go over the gouache. Usually I do acrylic. Ink goes over acrylic really well. I'm not sure how the gouache is going to take to it. Might say, fuck you, my dude, get out of here. Same thing with colored pencils. Yeah, it just takes a couple of layers to cover. It's cool. I love it. Like, it's my favorite, like, paint, type of paint for sure. My art teacher in high school showed it to me. And it worked well for what I do. I can definitely say, like, I like illustration. Like, also like working with pencils and pens more than paint when it comes to the traditional stuff. Paint is definitely not my favorite, but still use it. Still try to be the best that I can be with it. Not better than anybody else, but the best artist that I can be. Alright, so that's gotta, let's go through with some brush. You know what? I'm not even gonna line art this. We're gonna go through with the pencil a little bit, but I'm gonna start coloring the sword, to be honest. Remembering where the fuck my butterfly wings are. I'm gonna start coloring this sword. Let's do a light blue. I think I have the right color. Let's hope it's gouache. Let's see if this reactivates. Please reactivate. It's not gouache. Did not reactivate. Son of a biscuit. Let's get some blue. We got two types of blue. We're going to do a light blue. It's going to be more of a green. We're going to start with the blue, and I think I'll lay the yellow pencil down. So we got two types of blue. One is greener than the other one, you can kind of tell. So Viridian and Cerulean blue. We're going to use Viridian for most of it. Let's see how this goes. I'm interested. This is not the usual path I travel. But, okay, let's experiment, yeah? Why not? You guys ever listen to the band Listener? God, it's like spoken word. Very emotional spoken word over like. Is this no? What is this? No, this is Hotel Books. They're a little bit different, but do the same thing. It's like spoken word poetry over like background music. I don't know. I'm an emo kid, so I like shit like that. Alright, so we're going to color the sword. We're going to color this now. I'm going to try to do it with a paint. We're going to do a wash, essentially. Because like I said, it kind of works like a... Can you guys see? Sorry, I want to keep going off. You guys can see me really good. Okay. So, let's go and lay some blue into this. This is going to be multimedia, so it's going to be pencil, ink, colored pencils, and gouache all kind of working together to create something. I think I may ink the bird, but we're just going to do the sword first, kind of leave that one a little ambiguous. Yeah, this is going to be a multi-layer piece, and I am super excited. Spreading the love. Yeah, I like this band. Hotel Rooms, Books. Rooms? I don't know, there's two bands. One's Hotel Rooms, one's Hotel Books. This is Hotel Books. I like Hotel Books. Cool band. Pretty righteous. Kind of like this. So I think this is pretty righteous too. There we go. And again, this stuff's pretty forgiving, and I love it. I think I heard that this is the same stuff that Alex Ross, or he may just be straight acrylic, but I think he does gouache. There's been some pretty big heavy hitters that use gouache. It's not super uncommon. I just know acrylic. I'll put it this way: in the academic world, acrylic is favored more. There we go. I'm just excited to have fun with this page. This should be really, really, really fun. It's gonna be a really good show. There we go. I don't think this is meant to be. I usually don't do this watered down, but I just wanted to. My page is rippling a little bit, warping, whatever you want to call it. It's doing the thing. We'll put it that way. Doing the thing. Well, on the bright side, the gouache is done, so let's go ahead and do the gouache now. No, this guy. He's done. He's dry. Let's go ahead and ink him. Don't. Technical difficulties. Alright, let's go. It's holding pretty well, to be honest. It's just a lot more streamlined now, you know? Let's figure out what this stuff is. So you can get away with it like every once in a while if you fuck up, but like if several repetitions are fucked up, kind of screwed. So that's why we redid that, you know. But look how his leg is. Let me make sure I don't draw any jinky legs for you guys. That would not be good. No bueno. Let's see here. Cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I can draw that. He says arrogantly, you know. I use Teenage Ninja Turtles 2 to get the U's for like my test tubes stuff because there's a huge influence. Looks way fucking cooler in my head than what the actual picture looked like. It's okay. It's gonna take a little bit of problem solving, but I'm not like discouraged from it. There we go. Cool. So it's starting to come out. I like where the legs are going, you know? Let's give him a real foot. There we go. Now he's got the real foot. There we go. I like that. Just because I'm being a perfectionist, we're gonna touch up that spot where it gets out of alignment. Because we can. I'm in no rush, man. It's gonna take as long as it takes to make this wicked piece of art. So that's what it is. It's a really wicked piece of art, guys. You gotta believe me. It's like, I swear to God, I'm getting tired of that though. It's like the best art of all the Earths. Whatever Pam's boyfriend says in the office. Roy. That's a show I watched many times. Wish I was watching cooler stuff. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. Uh-oh. Oh, my stand might be on its last legs, guys. Well, that's okay. Well, let's keep going, because it's working for right now. We may be ending early tonight just because I can't get this stand to, like, be my buddy. Please be my friend. There we go. That does look fixed. Let's see. Now we got our colored pencils. We're going to go back up here. Please don't die on me. We're going to color this with yellow. Hope your day is going well. Right. Okay. Alright, so interesting. With yellow, it's kind of there. You guys can kind of see, you know, it does give it a yellow tint. Yes, red. What guy we were just using. Red. Cool. Alright, so let's throw some red in here. We're going to end up throwing a lot of purple ones too. Nike swoosh, just do it, right? I love how much this layers too, you know, it's like you can do really good washes and watercolory shit. You can also layer it and get that red. You could do this too. You're gonna add a little red wash. Oh, no. We're gonna make the wings a little bit transparent. But you could tell here this one's getting just a bit used up. Cool. Alright. You know how I was talking about like putting my arm in paint or hand in paint earlier? I think I just did it. Yep. Son of a biscuit. That's okay. So I think I need to do watercolors first and then gouache in the future. But we'll see how it goes, man. Let's go ahead and ink. I know we're doing this in kind of like erratic phases, but it's going to come together as a whole unit. Let's go back to him and ink him. When I do illustrations like this is kind of how I do it. I'll jump around a bit. Let's get a bigger brush. This is the brush. No, that's what I'm looking for. It's too much though. So in between. There we go. Oh, it's lag. Oh, okay. No more lagging? Okay, we're good. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, just give it some line weight helps. I'm not going to add any shadows with the line art, but we can do a bit of stuff with it, you know? There we go. Hey. Bam. Yeah. Alright, that came out way better. So, hey man, when you make a mistake, if you know you can fix it, redo it. I've just been learning a lot about life recently, and it's definitely connected. Art reflects life, life reflects art. It's all the same shit. Cowabunga. There we go. Sweet. Sometimes jumping around helps. There we go. There we go. There we go. Still trying to get better at like glass shatter stuff. It's a tricky one for sure. You know, I'm not definitely not there 100% yet. Cool. Here we go. Slide down here. Nice. Okay, cool. So this is turning out better than I had assumed. This is tolerable. Let me just catch a couple spots. Just a little bit more white in there. There you go. They were just kind of ugly cross sections. No, I like it. We'll keep it. Cool. Oh shit, there's paint on there. Alright, let's not touch it yet. Let's let it dry. I'm going to do some colored pencils on this area. When it's dry, definitely. What's not dry yet? Cool. Alright. We're just going to build up layers, a whole lot of layers and colors from here. Should be cool. I hope it's cool. I hope the effect looks cool. I've just kind of been combining like everything I've been doing in the issue, like all the digital coloring I've been doing. I'm trying to transition it into this traditional drawing. So stick with me and find out how it goes. Yeah, right there. The drawing's scarred a bit, so the paper scarred out. Cool. Go. Still keeps its translucence, even with the yellow colored pencil over it. Now I've done too much. That's okay. Who cares, man? We're just noodling and doodling. Sometimes I really meticulously plan these out, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just have fun with it. You know, I'll probably learn to be more meticulous because of it. But I'm not bummed about it. Don't get bummed, my dudes. Because, again, this is that halfway point I talk about this halfway point a lot for good reasons. It looks kind of like trash just because you're not super flying it. There we go. Let's take a little bit of shape. Yellow. That seems to be the other color I'm missing. So I want to make this yellow. So does that make both facing each other? There we go. Here's my light blue. That's the one I'm looking for. Here we go. We still connected? We'll get as far as we can. It may just end up like jumping off just because of the camera situation. But we'll keep going until I get truly pissed off. How about that? Sounds like a good plan to me. And then we're going to get white to do some painting over it. Like what I mean by that is, we'll get to it when we get to it. No need to rush it. I don't want to throw too much yellow into it. Cool. So I'm just gonna look up the lava crackle real quick. There we go. Just because I want to make it kind of crackly. But I don't want to fuck up, you know? I want it to look just well rendered, to be honest. That's about the best way I can put it. As we get closer to the hill, the crackles, will get a bit more intense, but as we're further away, something like that. I had black somewhere, but that's okay. Just use these guys. I'm gonna make his costume, so I'll paint his suit now. I'm gonna wash it out a bit. But first, I want to do the light and lay the blue over, and then do the wash over that blue colored pencil. Shit, lost the lead. Let's try that. Idea, not quite done yet. I think I just broke the lead. Yep. Oh no, I think this colored pencil fell a lot, so the lead's pretty broken inside. There we go. I do want him to have a slightly blue tint to him. Let's see how it goes with this blue on the tail. I'm not totally sure. I got a small brush. Oh, I don't lay on the black too hard, you know. A little more of that black in there. It's not bad. It's torn up a bit, but that's okay. You deal with it. go. Cool. It's coming. It's coming a bit. Let's see how it does with the blue. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. I think I'm trying to decide whether I want the blue main side. Oh, this is not a brush. That's not going how I want it to. Ah. Oh well. Well, I think I'm going to touch this up. I think I'm going to bounce off for the day, but then I will post. Yeah, that's better. Saving it. But I will post what this finished one looks like. But thank you guys for kicking it with me. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye now.